What's up, guys? Welcome to the video. So basically today, I'm just gonna take a look at what the charts are doing on the weekly. Um, what I anticipate charts to do and what they've done so far, and just try to see what's probable to happen or what's likely to happen. I've already had my bias on the market is always to buy. I'm not looking to sell, but I'm always looking for buy opportunities. So how I come up with those opportunities or how I frame these opportunities. I look for support levels like fair value gaps. If price comes down, bounce there, it goes up. And if it's going down, I look where it could bounce next. So this is a gap. So this is a gap. All these ideas I know from ICT. I've learned all these things, but I've tried to look at things in my own perspective and not um, try to copy his style necessarily. So this is a gap. I see price coming into this gap. If this gap doesn't hold and price goes further down, I see this gap also. Yeah. And here the wick ICT considers that a gap. Plus, as you can see, it goes hand in hand with that. But this is a gap. That's why I put this divider here. This is the 50% in a discount area, meaning that it should buy from there. Hence why it bought. But then the idea basically is where's the support level on a higher time frame, weekly and daily, and where is the resistance? And what resistance is basically fair value gaps above price. So support will be fair value gaps below price, and resistance levels will be above price, right? Fair value gaps above price. So this is a resistance and this is a resistance. And what I mean by resistance, I mean it looks to push price lower rather than actually going higher. It's resisting, it's showing resistance towards my bias, which is a bullish bias. So there's resistance within that level. For instance, if price goes down and goes high, but then from there it could go down, that's showing resistance of a bullish um, move, meaning now I have to look for the next support level that would support price going higher, right? So on the weekly, so basically on the weekly time frame, what we see currently is prices came down into this gap, as I've mentioned, plus this fair value gap, which is, I mean, not fair value gap, I mean, wick, which is also considered a gap. It came down to that, rejected last week, rejected, so closed above the gap itself. And this week we've opened. And so I see rejection, meaning that is support, that could indicate support. But now let's go to the daily. All right, let me just remove this. So on the daily, basically what we're seeing here is that we came down into an order block right here, which is also aligned with this fair value gap. So that is support levels, right? There's a lot of support there. And so I would anticipate price going higher into this level of resistance. To start with this one right here. This fair value gap is a level of resistance. So price could initially try to touch that. If this resistance doesn't hold or doesn't push price lower and goes higher, then I would look at this level as a level of resistance next. And of course, this one will be the next one. So that's the idea basically of how. And I only use levels of the daily and the weekly. Those are my high time frame levels that I need to use. I don't use any support and resistance levels on the lower time frames. For instance, the 1 hour, the 4 hour I'll probably use because it will be my entry criteria. That's where I find my entry criteria on the 4 hour. But then I don't necessarily go further down to the 1 hour and try to find levels there that I can. Oh. So as we can see, we've came down into this bullish um order block. So this is a bullish order block, and you see it push price higher. So we have to see breaking of resistance within there to enter, right? We don't want to wait. We don't necessarily want to wait to see that being broken, but we'll prefer seeing levels on the 4 hour being broken, and that could give us reasons to enter. Hence why I said I would look for levels on the 4 hour, but not necessarily trade on those. Yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, so basically we have this fair value gap right here. We have this one right here, which is also broken through, closed above, showing momentum to go higher and down, went higher, broke this one right here. That's the one that pops out for me. We have this one, it was broken, and then we have a level of support because what's happening or what I look for is that I have to see resistance being broken, but then there should be support below price to enter on. And I did take on a demo account um this right here. It's fair value gap, and I would like to see that going higher into this fair value gap. But I want to look for this one right now until we break that. For now, this is my target. So I like the rejection that's happening on this fair value gap right here. It it it's showing that price does want to go higher. And so I bought here, but I'll probably put something there to show you. I bought here and it went higher right there. Oh, not went higher. So I bought here and I want to just see it go higher. So basically, that's what I'm seeing on the Euro USD. And if we look at GBP USD, same idea, same context. Let's start on the weekly and why or what do I see so far? Okay, so what we're seeing on the weekly here is that we have support. We broke through that support. We look for the next level of support. This one right here, because it's not fully filled. And again, this is a gap. So that coming into that is it's just coming into this fair value gap. And this is a gap, meaning there's nothing necessarily happening there, but the volume is here. So a lot of trading happened here rather than here. But anyway, so we see we coming into that fair value gap, showing some rejection below this low, show rejection, right? Uh, that means I'm looking at this fair value gap as the next row on liquidity because of the fact that I only buy. Because the reason why I only want to buy is because I don't want to overwhelm myself with analysis of is it buying, is it selling? I just want to buy and I'm looking just for buy opportunity. So if it's selling, if the market is selling, I won't necessarily participate. There's so many pairs out there that I can just look at rather than just focusing on one pair and that is bearish. I want to see pairs that are bullish. So we see rejection last week, and then this week of open and started going lower. So if you see here, we have this fair value gap on the daily. Thus, we can see confirmation that it's just touched a support level and rejected that support level, right? Yes, it's traded below this, but then touched this level right here. Let's zoom in a bit closer just to show you that it actually did. And you can see touch there and went higher, right? So And you can see now we broke resistance and I'm looking for support below price. So we broke that resistance. I want to see support below price. And I would look for that on the 4 hour as we cannot see anything significant in here. Let's see on the 4 hour. So we see on the 4 hour, we still have this value gap here. We came into that, we went down, look for support. This is support, and we can see that it is kind of holding price currently. Here it's supported, went higher, but now it's actually trading inside, just like what we saw on the weekly time frame. So we can see we have some rejection happening there, which I like, um, signifying that it actually wants to go higher. This will be my target. I won't necessarily target anything higher than that for now, just that as a target. And if it breaks that, we'll look for higher prices. So that's basically what I'm looking at right now. That's basically it. I don't want to look at too many charts because I don't want to overwhelm myself, or I don't want to look at too many pairs. These two pairs, I feel like it's enough, significant enough for me to trade, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you got something out of that. You've learned something. I will try and make another video as an update on what price has done and what I anticipate price doing from then on. So yeah, thanks.